Oh, hi, welcome back. It's time for Boot Camp on the Screensavers. This is the portion of the show we give you basic training for your personal confuser, and I've been doing tips from my book, and I was just checking my webpage to see the rank. The book is now 29 out of several million books available on Amazon.com. That means it's selling well, but it's, you know, we were number 6 a couple of weeks ago, so, you know. You see that? Let's highlight that. Number 6. Currently 29. Hey, thank you for buying it, and I appreciate it. And anybody who hasn't bought one yet or hasn't given one of their friends, please buy a 3 or 4. It's a wonderful, wonderful gift for Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's the ticket. We're going to do another tip from the book, and actually this is internet connection sharing. I thought of that when we talked to our last caller. If you don't want to spend the money to go out and get a router, you can use, all a router is a box that actually has some smarts. It's basically a little computer minus the hard drive, keyboard, and monitor. It just has enough smarts to start routing internet connection across your network. You can do the same thing with any Windows machine. It started in Windows 98 SE, I think, and Windows ME has it, and Windows XP has it. Easiest way to find out how to do it in your version of Windows is to open the Windows Help screen. Just press F1. That'll open the Windows Help screen, and just type Internet Connection Sharing in the search box. That's what Microsoft calls it. And you'll see that there are a number of entries. Probably the best, the most important one is configure internet options for internet connection sharing, and then enable internet connection sharing on a network. It's very easy because Microsoft knows that people want to do this, and they've really built it into Windows. So it's very straightforward. What is the negative side about using this? Well, the positive, obviously, is you spent less money because you're using your existing system. You still have to have a network with network cards. You might even have to use a hub if you have more than one computer more than 2 computers connected together. The downside of it is the gateway computer. This computer has to be on all the time, and it's spending a little bit of its energy distributing internet access. Plus, of course, it's visible to the internet. So this is the one where you do need to run a firewall on your gateway, because it's out there. It's on the internet with a public IP address, so it's more vulnerable than the rest of the system. So that's how you do it. That's our tip. By the way, Paul wanted me to tell you, if you do buy Poor Leo's Computer Almanac, you'll find it's not as wrinkly as this one, or we'll give you a fresh one when you buy it at Amazon.com. Hal joins us on the phone from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Hello, Hal.
Hi, Leo. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are things in Coeur d'Alene?
Well, right now it's snowing like heck.
I was going to say, I bet think you're having a little snow, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. Now,
about 6 inches tonight, but other than that, no problem.
Does it stay snowy all through the winter, or does it thaw and snow some more, thaw and snow some more?
It thaws, and it comes back and thaws.
So it's not like Park City. You're not way high up in the mountains there.
No, we're only 2,000 feet.
All right. What can I do for you?
Well, I need you to explain the different communication speeds to me, the K56, the V90, and the V34.
Give me the whiteboard and some dry erase so I can write these all down, because, yeah, these are protocols, all right? And the folks who set these protocols up, it's the International Telecommunications Union, or the ITU. A protocol means merely rules for speaking to one another, a language, if you will, for communication. If you go to itu.int, here it is. These are the folks who set those up. Now, let me write down these different protocols, because I want to define them all for you. You said K56, right?
Right.
You said V.90.
Right.
And what else?
V34.
V.34. All right. Now, V.90 and V.34, you can tell from the V, are official ITU specifications. This one was created by U.S. Robotics. It was the first 56K specification. It later was folded into V.90. So nowadays, if you're buying a modem, you're going to get a V.90 modem. That's the standard. This was pre-standard. There were 2 different versions. There was K56 Flex, and there was another version. Actually, this was the Motorola one. There were 2 competing standards, but they've been folded into V.90. You may get a modem that is compatible with this, or more likely a dial-up number that's compatible with this, but don't worry about it. If you're buying a modem today, you want V.90. V.34 is the older specification. That was, I think, boy, you know, it's funny now. You know how it is, Hal, when you get a little bit older, you forget all the stuff you used to know when the new stuff comes in your head?
I sure do.
I think this was, it wasn't 28.8. I think it was whatever was after that, 36K. But this is also antiquated. If you're buying a modem today, you want V.90. That's the specification. It means that it can talk to any other system that supports 56K and is a V.90 compliant, and pretty much everything is nowadays. Does that answer your question?
Well, no, the problem I'm having is I'm on a dial-up system. I live in the country.
Yes. Oh, you can't
and
get
normally
56.
I run at about 56K on most things.
Right.
But when I get into the voice communications like MSN Messenger,
Yes.
Yahoo,
Yep.
I start breaking down real bad.
That might be.
And they tell me that I have different settings that I can control, you know, in my system. Like one that, you know, say this will disable V90 connections. The modem will try to connect at K56 with a V34 upstream rate.
I know you're talking to people at these various places, but I'm going to, or maybe your ISP. The truth is, once you've handshaked at V90, you stay V90, and you want to be V90. You don't want to go any slower. You don't want to go to these other specifications. If you are bogging down, it's most likely due to line noise or problems in the line. Now, when you live in the country, this is very common. The rural phone companies, a lot of times, multiplex these lines. They take one line and they put 4 or 5 lines on it. It is not unusual to be on a line that is distributed to so many different people that they can't go faster than 9,600. So it may indeed be that you're getting a V90 handshake. That's what the boing boing is. But after, you like that? After a while, it's slowing down because, frankly, the line isn't that good. Nothing you can do, there really isn't anything you can do to make that better except get a better line. You want to hook up at the fastest connection, which is V.90, that you're capable of, period. It's not going to do you any good to hook up at a slower connection. It's not going to make it faster to go slower, right? What the problem really is, I suspect, and this is not unusual in rural areas, that you can't get any faster than maybe 9,600 or 14.4 because of line limitations or noise on the line. You might ask your phone company, if you hear audible noise, your line sounds pretty clear, but if you hear audible noise when you're on the voice line, then for sure you're going to have problems on data. Voice is much less finicky than data. If you can hear it in the voice, then you definitely have problems. But if it's a clean line, it may merely be that's just the limit that line, the carrying capacity of the line. So always go V90. There's no reason to go any slower. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate the call. I hope the snow it brings you good fortune. Megan shows you how to, she's ready for the snow. She's going to show you how to get your PDA ready for the 2002 games as they loogie around the course. Stick around here.
Drag an archive into a folder with the right mouse button. You have the option to extract the contents of the archive into that folder.